Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Secrets for an Inspirational Life. Thank you so very much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure and an absolute honour to have you listening, and to all the wonderful guests that I have. And in fact, I have to tell you all that Secrets for an Inspirational Life that you're listening to right now is in the top 10 podcasts in the UK for inspiration and motivation. How absolutely amazing is that? Thank you so much. It's absolutely wonderful news, and I am so delighted. And today I would like to talk to you about the cruelty that we often inflict upon ourselves. And that's something I think that we don't even realize that we're doing, and yet it is a fundamental part of respecting ourselves and our life. And by that I mean that we don't even realize sometimes how cruel we are to ourselves, how we often miss the chances to do something beautiful for ourselves. And for some reason, I think we all have that within us. We want to punish ourselves. And that is not the way, because if we are punishing ourselves, we are ultimately punishing the world. And this is why so many people out there are upset, distracted, angry, aggressive towards us and towards themselves. Because if we cannot respect our own soul and give our soul the chance to be nurtured and loved, and give it its wings to fly beyond what we see in this world, because the soul is not constricted to this world. It is something that is multidimensional. It can be part of multiple places and multiple universes, and we can all connect to each other on that level. We are not restricted to this physical plane. We are so much more, so much more than what we realize. And I always say this, and I absolutely believe it, that when you think of somebody, or they can come into your mind or into your heart, and then you will hear from them. It is this connection that we need to build on. It is this vitality, this effervescence of spirit that we can reach other people on a far deeper level than we can ever do on this planet, in effect. And this is not something that is unusual. It is something that is very familiar to us. When we forget that we have this power within us is when we suffer. And in a way, we begin to punish ourselves for not remembering. So we need to remember, whether that be through listening to music, whether that be through reading books or being in nature, whatever it is that reconnects us back to ourselves is the right thing to do. Whatever reminds us of our true being and our true purpose is the correct thing to do. Whatever and whoever takes us away from that feeling of serenity, peace, joy, inner equilibrium. That is what we need to stay away from. Let us not look outside of ourselves. Let us look inside of our universe, of our sanctuary, of our true essence. You know, when you listen to some beautiful music, you hear that resonance of the artist, and the music speaks to us. Even if there are no lyrics, the music sings to us. And that is the same way that our heartbeats sing to us, speak to us, remind us that we have a far greater mission in this world. This is where we need to be right now. We do not need to be cruel to ourselves. And being cruel means the smallest things, like not listening to our body when we need to rest, when we want to eat something, when we want to have a moment of peace alone. Because we owe this to ourselves. We don't need to feel guilty for loving our soul, our heart, and our presence in this world is needed now more than ever. We are here for a reason. We, each and every one of us, has chosen to be here on this planet at this time. We have a right to be here. We have been given this chance of life by this universal power. And God has given us this beautiful gift of life. We only have to decide whether we are going to follow the music and the symphony of our heart and connect to each other, to like-minded beings and souls, and absolutely join in this harmonious union of life. The world is a beautiful place. We are here to create a new and beautiful existence. Have faith, dear hearts. Have courage. And above all, have love in your hands and in your heart. Until next time, look after yourselves and lots of love.
Thank you for listening to Secrets for an Inspirational Life, brought to you by your host, Mimi Novic. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast and see you in the next episode. For more information about Mimi Novic and her books, music, and inspirational work, take a look at her website, www.miminovic.co.uk.